This is an example of what that fire left behind. You can see behind me here, it charred 168 acres of that Air Force land. You can see behind me here, police have shut down the intersection on Dale and Tejon. We go a little bit further here, that's the bomb squad there. They were going in with dogs and men in bomb suits right into here, Ed Robeson Arena. David Oliski says seizures like this one here and these other two here are happening more and more. And the good thing is these deadly pills are getting off the streets. But he says the price of fentanyl has only gone down. Again, you have until Tuesday evening at 7 o'clock to turn in your ballots. You can do it at places just like this, which are all over town. And a reminder, if you received 2 ballots because you're an unaffiliated voter, you can only turn in 1. This is a story that we've been following for years. In September of 2022, this man right here, Jeremy J.J. Diaz, was at the store with his kid and his wife. While inside, Diaz and Alfred got into an argument. During the fight, Alfred eventually fired his gun and killed Diaz. This is Alfred right here. As of earlier this evening, they say they do not have a suspect in custody. This park is completely surrounded by houses. Now, this is a park that now is completely also surrounded by yellow police tape. And now onto the NBA in this wild Western Conference. You can see here just how close that race is going to be coming in this last stretch of the season. The Nuggets are currently the 3 seed, behind only the Thunder and the Minnesota Timberwolves, all with extremely similar records. But what sets them apart is their conference records. The Bennetts tell me that last Friday, a stranger knocked on their door and told them to get their keys, their dog, and get out of the house. And they did just that.
God sent an angel down there to protect us, to help us through all this. We'll make it. One step at a time.
Just 6 days ago, the Bennetts' lives changed forever. Their home for the last 40 years was destroyed by a massive house fire. The 2-alarm fire took hours for crews to put out due to the high winds and the brush that was burning. The Bennetts say they couldn't do anything but sit and watch their home burn from their car across the street.
The house was the house that everybody came to on the deck for picnics and everything, because we had the big house, and this is where everybody came. All the family. Just boom, it just spread like wildfire. The fire department came, and next thing it was in the attic and everywhere.
Decades of memories reduced to ash. Everything gone in a moment as the two rushed out of their home, saving themselves, and their entire home was considered a total loss. Now the two are forced to rebuild.
We want to stay in this neighborhood.
The Bennetts tell me they don't want to leave, and they're looking to rebuild in the same spot. But for now, they're staying with family, a temporary replacement for their permanent home, now charred black from smoke and flames.
This was our home, and it's hard to be looking at, but being a home and you lose it after 40 years, you got a lot of memories, a lot of family time, and this is tough.
The Bennetts tell me they're working on raising funds for that rebuild, and they have set up a GoFundMe. You can find that link on our website, KKTV.com, when this story is online. Live in Colorado Springs, Jared Dean, KKTV 11 News. Lindsay Terdra Mitchell tells me that she has lost over $1,400 worth of stuff from her store over the last week. The thieves left right out of her front door, which is right behind me here, the latest of which happened just last night.
It's absolutely heartbreaking for us, especially because we are brand new to the area. This is a family-owned business. It's just us and our staff running the store.
Terdra Mitchum tells me she's devastated after these people walked away with thousands of dollars worth of merchandise. She says they loaded it up into carts, then piled it in the back of their car and drove off. Not once, but twice in 7 days.
Oh my God. I think it's definitely the fear of like, oh my gosh, are they going to come back? Is this going to happen again?
The family-owned discount store has been open since November. She tells me since moving their closing time from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m., they've seen an uptick in thefts. According to myneighborhoodupdate.net, a site recommended to me by CSPD, there have been 398 reports of burglaries across Colorado Springs just in the last month. Mitchum says she just wants it to end.
I really just want to create a safer environment for our staff as well. I hate the thought of them feeling unsafe or uncomfortable working here because they don't know if somebody's going to come in and try to steal a bunch of items.
I reached out to CSPD about these incidents, and they tell me that they're looking into it, but do not have any suspects in mind just yet. Live in Colorado Springs, Jared Dean, KKTV 11 News. Here today, I went along on his mail route. He tells me that most of the dogs he sees are quite peaceful, but he also says he's been attacked before.
Before I knew it, I had a boxer on top of me, probably 80-pound boxer. You know, very well could have done some damage to me. It could have done a lot.
Chase Dice has been a mail carrier with the United States Postal Service for 2 years now. Every day, he takes his route armed with his dog spray in case he's attacked.
Yeah, you have to be alert.
He tells me most dogs he sees along his route are calm, but he's trained to know that any dog he sees can launch toward him at any moment. He says the most important thing you can do is ensure your dog is secure, either in the house or in the yard.
Keep in mind that even though you may have never seen your dog bite someone personally, or you think that your dog's a sweetheart, it very likely is. It still can do damage.
Other tips that Dice gave me include don't have your kid answer the door because your dog can easily go past your kid, and just because your storm door is closed does not mean your dog is secure. Live in Colorado Springs, Jared Dean, KKTV 11 News. Today I was in the Pike National Forest with some members of the Forestry Service. They tell me if you're planning on going camping during these upcoming busy weekends, there's a few things you need to remember.
We think it's great that people come out and really enjoy their weekends, be with their families, let the kids play. But with that comes responsibility.
Dexter Ludek with the U.S. Forest Service says when you create a campfire, it comes down to you, making sure your fires are put out completely. He shows me that you need to drown your fire with water and use a tool like a shovel to dig through the fire and cool it down. And with the 4th of July weekend just over a week away, he knows people will be taking advantage of all the great camping spots in southern Colorado.
It's all public land, so we need to make sure that we take care of it.
We talked with the Forest Service on why it's important that your fire looks like this when you're all done camping. If it doesn't, it could reignite. Ludek says his crew gets called out to fires that are still active and have to bring out trucks like this and have to hose down fires and nearly completely dig out the fire pits.
Here on the Pike National Forest, the majority of our wildland fires come from abandoned campfires. We do get lightning strike fires as well, but not near as many as abandoned campfires. So that's why it's super important to put them out.
Ludek tells me an important thing to remember if you're going camping and having a fire is if it's too hot to touch, it's too hot to leave. Live in Colorado Springs, Jared Dean, KKTV 11 News.